struggle icon Sechaba Daniel Montsitsi, who allegedly died due to COVID-19 complications, has been described as a dedicated servant and a freedom fighter. Montsitsi was the leader of the Soweto Student Representative Council, the formation that planned, organized and executed the 16th of June 1976 student uprising. For his role, the apartheid security police arrested and tortured him before sending him to Robben Island, where he spent 3 years. Congress of the People spokesperson Dennis Bloem joins us now to pay tribute to this struggle stalwart. And Dr. Bloem, certainly this is not a, something that we can ignore. It's definitely a passing that is going to leave quite a huge gap.
Good evening, Bongi. Yeah, we are very saddened by the passing of Comrade Dan, a hero in our struggle. Comrade Dan is one person that this country must really honor, because the 1976 student uprising was the beginning of the fall of the apartheid government. Comrade Dan and the other comrades have played a very critical role to show the apartheid government that we are not scared and we are not slaves under them. We must thank Comrade Dan for the role that he has played in this struggle. This struggle, the history of this country will never be completed without the name of Dan Montsitsi, a humble person. Dan was not a person who was gunning for positions, who was claiming anything for the role that he has played in freeing this country. We must say that many people can learn from the example of Comrade Dan. But I must tell you, Bongi, that Comrade Dan was very much concerned about the well-being of freedom fighters. Comrade Dan was always talking to me that he's very much worried that people who have fought for this freedom, people from very young ages, that they are neglected. That was a very serious, up until his last days. Comrade Dan was Dan was not only happy about he sitting in parliament. I served with Comrade Dan in parliament, in the Joint Standing Committee on Defense. All the time, Comrade Dan will raise these issues of freedom fighters who fought for this freedom. It's a great loss that Comrade Dan is gone today. We, as the Congress of the People, will never forget his contribution to this freedom that we are enjoying today.
And how then does the nation begin to honor his legacy and keep his memory alive, especially for someone who has had put up such a fight to ensure that we find ourselves as a South Africa that is free?
The first thing, Bongi, that this government must do is to look after people who have fought for this freedom that we are enjoying today. We will honor Comrade Dan when his wish will come true, that the people who have fought, who are in the bushes, genuine comrades of all political parties, all freedom fighters. We are not talking only about Mkhonto Wesizwe. We are talking about Upland, all this other formation. If the government can do that our comrades must not sleep under the bridges. Our comrades must not get involved in robberies because they are hungry. We must honor that wish of Comrade Dan. The second one is the education. Comrade Dan was very passionate about education. If this government can do that, I am very much sure Comrade Dan will rest in peace. But for as long as our comrades who are in the bushes, genuine comrades, not fly-by-nights, genuine comrades who have fought for this freedom, if government can really look after them, then Comrade Dan, the legacy of Comrade Dan will live on forever.
Let's talk about the void. When you look at the leadership in the country, let's talk about the void then that his passing leaves.
You see, Bongi, Comrade Dan was very, very much concerned about the direction that the country took after the Polokwane conference. Comrade Dan, I was all the time in contact with Comrade Dan. The last time was in June that I had a call with Comrade Dan. And Comrade Dan was always talking about the direction, this corruption, the state capture problem that the country was facing. Comrade Dan was saying that this is not what he went to Robben Island for. That his whole young life was in the struggle to free this country, not for what we see happening today. He was very concerned about that people must be so greedy in stealing billions of rands, and other people must go to bed on an empty stomach. That was a very serious problem, and it is because of poor leadership, Bongi. That's why Comrade Dan was so much worried about the leadership, the vacuum in leadership in this country.
Let's look then, as you talk about state capture, the president was there for 2 days. Some say that his testimony really didn't give us anything tangible. We spoke to Professor Avo Sarakinski, who says that for him, it looked like he tried to keep the peace and balance the factions within the governing party. What is your sense then when you look at how the president fared in the State Capture Commission?
Bongi, the first thing that we must raise is state capture. There was very serious state capture in Parliament itself, where Comrade Dan was serving as a member of Parliament. You can remember the Inkandla scandal. You can remember how Busasa captured the entire departments. Correctional services was in their pockets. Comrade Dan spoke about this thing. I was the chairperson of the Portfolio Committee on Correctional Services. Comrade Dan was all the time. Now, President Ramaphosa never mentioned the capture of Parliament. You know, Bongi, it was only the judiciary in this country that was not captured. The executive was captured. Parliament was captured. Now, we must thank the judiciary for saving us from a total capture. We must thank. And the other thing, Bongi, the country must say thank you to Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo for his firmness. We have said, when I appeared before the Zondo Commission, I said to Judge Zondo, this is our last hope, this Zondo Commission, because now, yesterday and the day before, it became true that when the president was giving evidence there, the president, it looks as if the president was hiding something, defending his organization and not the country. You see, when the president said that he did not come out publicly to voice out this thing like Figile Mbalula, then it is a problem, because the president saw what happened. He said it there, but he kept quiet because he wanted to stay inside to break this thing. That is what the president have said. Now, according to us, he was breaching his oath of office because he have seen the wrong things that Zuma and his people was doing. Even if President Ramaphosa was not involved in that, other people stood up. The whistleblowers stood up. There's a lot of them, Mcebisi Jonas and so. They have risked their positions to save this country. President Ramaphosa has decided to stay inside and rather keep quiet. That is to break and contravene his oath of office. We don't agree with the strategy that President Ramaphosa was telling the country. He was there to save, I don't know, was he there to save the ANC or the country? Because corruption is still going on now as we speak under him. We can see there's a deputy minister, the former minister of health. He's out. There is a lot of other examples that I can make that under President Ramaphosa. We are saying, as the Congress of the People, that we are very much disappointed. President Ramaphosa did not come out straight to tell the country. We have expected President Ramaphosa will go onto the line of Mcebisi Jonas and the other people who said very clear that there was state capture, there was corruption. President Ramaphosa dilly-dallied, he was wishy-washy and did not come out straight. I must say, Bongi, we don't fight with President Ramaphosa. We want to help President Ramaphosa. The only way that we can beat this corruption is that all of us must stand up. We must fight as one against this corruption. But for as long as we are covering up this thing, it will never stop.
All right, Dr. Bloem, thank you so much for your time tonight. Certainly do appreciate it. That was Congress of the People spokesperson Dennis Bloem, who was talking to us about the passing of Dan Montsitsi, and then also there at the end, just giving the party's position and in fact impressions of the president at the State Capture Commission of Inquiry in the past 2 days. Let's take